Broads Media.
I forgot what winning a series on the road was like. Thank you, Marsh, for saving my sanity. I would have been pissed if they fell 2 out of 3 to this Detroit team. All right, now look. Tuesday night wasn't lovely, watching Trey Turner boot the ball, and now poor Ranger Suarez has to deal with the ramifications of his ERA going up when the score booking should have clearly been an error, and their offense did not shine on that particular night. But taking 2 out of 3 is the name of the game, and you move on to a 4-game set back at home against a dreadful Miami team. Let's just keep the wheels turning. That's what it's all about. Bryce Harper is playing ridiculous baseball. I mean, ridiculous. You see what Shohei Ohtani is doing with the long ball, and somehow Bryce Harper, maybe not as many home runs as Shohei, but the fact that he's doing his thing, and I think it's more impactful. His extra base hits, his doubles, and obviously there's enough long ball in there to, just compete with what Shohei's doing. It's outrageous. Bryce, before today, smacking 390 this month. Guy's a machine. He won an MVP. This might be the best baseball I've seen him play ever in a Phillies uniform. He won an MVP. He had special postseason moments. Braves, Padres, that I think about every day of my life. The Chicago Cubs, huge comeback, John Kruk. Oh, my God. Right? Everybody knows exactly the call I'm referencing. Potentially the best baseball I've seen out of Bryce Harper in a Philadelphia Phillies uniform. It's incredible. It truly is incredible. Game 1 Monday night. They take game 1 of the series. Aaron Nola throws a gem. 7 innings pitched, no walks. That would be 0 walks and 1 earned run. But the name of the game was bizarre for that one. Because, well, they finished with 15 hits, and they take advantage of some sloppiness by Detroit. They go up 4-0 in the first inning, thanks to Bryce, thanks to Alec Boehm and his ability to drive the ball over the wall. For as many outstanding swings as there are on this team, because when Brandon Marsh gets a hold of one, as you saw, opposite field, ew, it looks good, that pop, ew. Bryce, ew. Hang a pitch over the heart of the plate, ew. Kyle, he goes one knee and golfs it like he's utilizing a 5-iron. Dude can just go get it and half swing, and it goes a billion feet. And with all of the outstanding home run ability in this lineup, truth be told, when Alec Boehm gets a hold of one, he might have my favorite swing out of everyone in this lineup. But think about that. Think about what that's saying. Now, unfortunately, I don't get to witness it as much as I would like to witness it, and maybe that's the issue. If I got to see it 35 times a year, if I got to see it 40 times a year, then maybe I don't appreciate it as much. Kyle, let's just mix in another 50. Let's just mix in another ho-hum, 46. So the fact that I only get to see it 12 or 13 times a year is what makes it that much more sexy to me. I don't know. But damn it, when he grooves one, it's so good. But what made that game so strange, you get 15 hits, but you strike out 17 times. 17 strikeouts, 15 hits. You win 8-1, and there's even a triple play involved because of some stupid base running. And I don't know if they thought the comebacker back to Aaron Nola hit the mound and it was a ground ball instead of him actually catching the ball. Aaron Nola throws it to first to double it up, and they throw it across the diamond to get the triple play. Listen, they don't ask how, baby. They just ask how many. And the answer is 3. 3 fucking outs that inning, okay? And 2 wins this series. And to do it away from South Philly, they desperately needed it. You're talking about May. That's how long. For this team to have this type of record and to be this good, for it to take this long to win another series away from home is bonkers. So I needed it. for my own sanity, which you know can be a little all over the place. But that's what happens when you allow these teams, well, to dictate your life and your life feelings, because it will get crazy. All right, unfortunately, we did have bad news in this series, though, and it looks like Spencer Turnbull is going to have to get checked out. I listened to him post-game, and he didn't really say anything that is concerning. He feels he'll be okay, but you never know until you get more testing done. Now we can have the debate on, was this the Phillies' fault for the way they handled him? Starter, bullpen, starter, and you're asking someone to get stretched back out again. And I think there's legitimate reasons to wonder, or there's legitimate thoughts that go through my mind, and I wonder if there is a correlation with how they handled Spencer Turnbull and why maybe he felt something in his second to last pitch when he threw a curveball when Rob Thompson was explaining what he learned during the game. But at the same time, Spencer Turnbull has been in this league for a while now, and he seems to be getting hurt all the time. All the time. So does that mean everywhere he's been in Detroit that they just pissed all over him too, and they just kept putting him in awful spots every single time too? Or is this just a part of the Spencer Turnbull experience and the reasons why the Phillies were so adamant about limiting his innings and trying to not force him to start a bunch of games is because they know the wear and tear gets to him more casually than it does most. 4 RBI, 4 hits for Marsh. He probably could have had 5 RBI if Dusty Wathan knew how to send Bryson Stott with him on second base after I thought Stott had some really aggressive base running in this one, stretches a single to a double, works his ass off, and when you're not performing as well as you want to at the plate, I think you have to try and manufacture the best way you can some sort of life so you can feel positive about yourself, and maybe just the way he tries to explode with some extra bases and things of that nature can make him find his game again. But look, Brandon Marsh looked dead in the water, and then all it takes is one game where he was ripping it pretty comfortably, and he seriously could have had 5 RBI. Okay, 5 RBI should have been his total with 4 hits. So it happens quick. It happens with the blink of an eye. Let's see what Stott can do. He's too good to be limited this way. He's too good of a hitter, and he works good at bats. Like, it's inevitable that Bryson Stott will find himself again and start to be that key piece and that key contributor that we like. Let's bring up the Trey Turner debacle, because Ranger Suarez gets boned with his ERA due to the fact that Trey Turner boots a ball. Could he have went to third base to get it out? He probably didn't have a play at first base. So I was on WIP right after that game, Tuesday night. And I asked the question to the people, how comfortable are you with Trey Turner and his defense? And to nobody's surprise, the phone lines lit up with moving him to left field, moving him to outfield. And I don't know if today's the day to really dive into this, but I'll tell you what. Something that doesn't sit right with me is I can easily project a playoff game where Trey Turner has horrible defense and misses fundamental plays. The thing is, he did show signs of having a lethal defensive ability right before the error happened. And I'm using air quotes because of the stupid scorekeeping. But it did happen where he was sensational right before that. I've seen him make good plays. Him and Bryson Stott turned 2 beautifully in this rubber match. Just excellent transitions to the glove. Just good stuff, man. Transitions to the throwing arm to the left. It was just smooth, just all around. It was more Bryson Stott than Trey Turner, but Trey got it to him quickly, and he had a hand in that as well. But my point is, I see him do so many sharp things, but I also am aware that it's probably going to come up because that's Trey, right? Like, you could praise Bobby Dickerson all you want, and you can praise the infield coach and how much Bohm has improved and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, this is part of the Trey Turner experience, and I just don't know what you can do about it, right? Because Dave Dombrowski, and this is my problem. Let me, before I get to the Dave Dombrowski front, my problem is I know it's going to cost you, and I like to get out ahead of problems instead of waiting for a disaster to happen. You want to get out in front of the disaster. You don't wait for the disaster and then go, shit, what do we do now? No. You got to see it, and then you got to act accordingly to make sure you put put your team in a position where a disaster doesn't happen. But I don't know how much you can really do. At some point, this is your team.